Right, so hi everyone, and I don't want to say hi Libra because as I've explained in all the other ones, and if you want to know what I mean, please watch Aries because it isn't just the signs, it's like the houses, and we've all got a house. And what I'm passionate about is even if you haven't got a planet in it, the way I channel the energy of the chart, and really, in my opinion, the way anyone should is that you still got that energy within you. It's your soul's blueprint. So anyway, so and this is the biggie because the seventh house is union. Like it's more so as a twin flame, person that has a twin flame soul. Because like I said, that is I don't like the word niche or niche as some people call it. That's even more annoying. Everything I do is twin flames, and it's been that way for 10 years. So, I didn't choose it the way God chose it that way. Very annoying because not everyone's a twin flame, as we know. So the bank balance has definitely not been so great for the majority of the time I've been doing this. But don't worry, God always has my back, and I worked in nurseries and other jobs and stuff to supplement this. But actually, no, that's not even well. It is true, kind of. Again, don't know why I'm saying this. It's going to have something to do with at least one, even if it's one person, that's fine. Yeah, I was unplugged from the matrix. 10 years ago this year. I'm just trying to think whether it was even no, it was 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago this year, I was unplugged brutally from the matrix. And if you want to know more, read my book. Many of the books that I will publish one day, I'm not just saying it, they will go out because I've got notes all over the place in all different forms. And one day I will pull it all together. I'm going to write books about many, many different topics. Not just twin flames, lots of different things. So maybe you are. But for me, yeah, as a twin flame shaman, as a twin flame healer, as a twin flame therapist, as a twin flame hypnotherapist, as a twin flame, blah, blah, you get what I'm saying. Twin flame astrologer in this case is, or channeler. See what I mean? I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. I could keep going on and on and on. To me, this is about the spiritual marriage. So the spiritual union, the spiritual marriage. And that's really important because, like, the other day when I was tidying up, I think it was actually Saturday or maybe even Sunday. Whenever I posted that, I think it was Sunday actually. I was tidying up the cards, and the way I picked up the cards, it was spiritual and then marriage. So it was like spiritual marriage, and you see, that's the HIEROS GAMOS. Like that is, in fact, you know what? Rather than me, I'm going to read it. But I'm going to pause it. Right, God, I would be all night trying to explain this, right? But to me, it's an alchemical. Like I always say, twin flames are an alchemical process, right? And it's way more than just like the pop culture that's been made of today, which I say this all the time. I've been saying it for years. It does irk me. But, and yeah, like I say all the time, and any true twin flame would say, if you really knew what this journey was about, like if you were one, well, that's the point. The people that are saying, oh, I want to find my twin flame, like you're not on it, because it's like you don't find your twin flame. You just realize you are one, and then you realize who it is. And that's why, again, I think because I'm so passionate about, like, the seventh house to me is the spiritual marriage, and the eighth house is the sexual union, right? The sacred union. So, because twin flames are about sex at the end of the day, it's not your sister, your brother, your pal down the street. Some people claim it's not like a sexual union or romantic. It is. It doesn't mean people go ahead and do something about it, but it is romantic. It is romance, which is why, it's, yeah, you've got to be so discerning. And it's like, I'm not about to dissect that, but it is concerning when you've got like people teaching about twin flames, and not only do they not home on knowing who their twin flame is, but will almost like talk about it like they don't, that they're over it, or they're not bothered, or like they're just inviting in another divine union's a fashionable one, or a kingdom husband. It's the same fucking thing. But do you mean it's, to me as a shaman, because really what this is all about, it's not about getting reading after reading after reading. It's about healing and soul retrieval. And when you know what twin flames are, you're retrieving back the lost soul fragments, right? And you and your twin flame are that same energy. So that's why, if you're a true divine feminine, male or female, so I'm just letting the guys talk through me right now, that's what I always do, but the more you retrieve back and heal your own shadows, just check the mics on this thing, And but that was part of it. If you watch today's Twinflame therapy, you'll see what I mean. And it's not today's; it's Wednesdays, because you'll see this. I think you might actually see. You probably won't see us till Thursday or Friday, because I think I'll try releasing them on different days rather than all at once. But anyway, um, yeah, the more the feminine retrieves back her or his soul, which, you know, you might not even be calling it soul retrieval. Like, say you could be going to like a run of the mill counsellor, like although it is therapy and hypnotherapy and everything that I'm doing as well, it's like, you know, you could just go to run of the mill therapy, you know, they're not twin flaming anything, and heal yourself, your childhood wounds and your abandonment wounds and your deep shadow work and all that, shadow integration. And, you know, it's really, because to me, when I look at different schools of thought, we're really talking about the same exact thing, but it's just using different words and using different degrees in some cases. And, you know, it's like, yeah, it just really makes me laugh. Like, it's like, you know, sometimes people, you know, there's such a thing as like psychic surgeons and psychic surgery and stuff, and it's literally like it's the exact same thing. It's just people using fancy words for and, you know, some people are more in their ego with it. And really, if someone's a true shaman, right, like, it won't be like really fancy with it. It will be people that are kind of you can be confident and you can be humble, because again, I'm totally like very confident, so confident that it could trigger you if you're insecure or even, you know, working on your confidence. So again, it's not my fault. I've got a moon conjunct my Uranus as well, if you know. I'm here to be a spiritual catalyst, so don't mean to. It's just I have worked hard to get to that point. But then there's other areas of life that it's like I won't be confident if I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, because you'd be an arsehole. You'd be fucking in your ego if you're like, oh yeah, I know everything about everything. No, I don't. You know, I mean, there's lots of things I don't know about. But if it's in the realms of psychic stuff, healing, some health stuff too, you know, but even if I didn't know about it, I could tap in. But I would always, again, you've got to have balance. I'm very balanced. I've got a Mercury and Taurus. Still go to the doctor to get things checked out. But the amount of times I've actually figured out what's going on with me or other people over a doctor, I could write a book on that. That's a true story, especially when it comes to kids and like the amount of nurseries I worked in. I've given that story before. They couldn't work out what the childhood illness was. This baby was getting taken to hospital, left, right and centre, doctors, they didn't know what it was. And I was just like, oh, I feel it's this. Boom, it was that. So, you know what I mean? It happened in loads of different nurseries, and I still do it now. And that's why there's lots of you that know that because whenever your child is unwell, you let me know. I send healing, they're better. I'm not lying, that's a fact. Regardless of whether it's a baby, toddler, I don't like saying it, you know what I mean? He, she is a baby, toddler, older kids. I mean, actually, even because it's anonymous, but if that person actually is on a live stream and we're talking about children's healing, it maybe would be quite interesting. But it was anonymous, but I was doing a session with someone a few weeks ago, and her wee girl actually got up while we were doing it, and it wasn't an astrology astrology session as such, but because I've done that big psychic astrology empowerment session with that person years ago, like when I'm on a chart, like if I feel like, oh wait a minute, there's something going on your chart, I will look. And definitely with my therapy clients, I closely look at your chart, it just makes sense. But like I said, in my sessions, whenever you come, just whenever you're guided to, I'll that's why I always say, like, if basically not your first session, because your first session you get that a bit of money off, and you get to tell me your story, and I don't clock watch. Again, we could be sitting there for hours, so that is a huge, big, massive energy clearing deliverance, depending on what you're needing. And I just love hearing the twin flame stories. And like I said, I've got a lot of like experience and, you know, expertise that I can help you whatever you're struggling with in that moment. But it's one big giant energy clearing. If it was in person, I would be doing it differently. I'd be using, well, I was going to say I'd be using my feathers and my crystals and my stones and stuff, but actually I wouldn't, because I've got all these things, but I've just always used my hands. Because the thing about me is, it was like, I was actually doing all of that, you know what I mean? Anyway, so my guides like showed me before like I learned it all. So it's kind of, you know, quite not, I kind of I blow quite a lot of people's minds with that. But that's like a lot of the stuff that I do. I remembered, you know, my past lives like really pretty easily. And my guides showed me ahead of time is the best way to describe it. But so something like that might happen to one of you for me to be saying it like that. But anyway, it's soul retrieval. So they really made me going about that for a reason. If you are the divine feminine and you keep healing, whether you're calling it soul retrieval or not, your divine masculine will eventually be guided to heal themselves. And at the modern, because I'm a modern mystic, again, there's another name, but it's true. And it's like, again, I called myself that a very, very, very long time ago. So It's not something I've just been sort of chucking about recently. So, but basically, if you are retrieving back those soul parts as a feminine, the masculine will then be guided to do it too. But the thing is like once the feminine has retrieved back enough of their soul, you're in inner union, and you just know without a fucking doubt who your twin flame is. So that's the thing that can get a bit confusing confusing if you tune in to a few different people that talk about this journey, because from what I know from my experience and helping thousands of people over a decade, there's some form of rejecting who your divine masculine is if you're kind of not focused and intent. You've got that intention on who it is and who you're praying for, and that aligns very much with Kingdom Spouse, which is why I say I really cannot see the difference. And my guys say there is no difference, right? It's you've got to be praying for that person. It doesn't mean you're hounding what they're doing in the physical. Far from it. Don't bother, right? Unless you're in a unique dynamic where you live in the same street or village or something, you've got to, I don't know, be around them. Don't bother what they're doing, right? But also don't be deluded with it too. Do you know what I mean? Live your own life, but you pray for them every day, because it is your masculine energy, regardless of your gender. That is your masculine energy, right? And a physical person, it's in you. Get in touch with that. It will help them eventually. But some people have got to have faith and a lot of patience in that, because it can really look like, wow, all this years of work and growth and everything that I'm doing, and this person just isn't getting the memo. Like, what the fuck is going on here? But like, believe me, I hear you. Because whether you're spying on them or not, which again, 1144 sheet is twin flame, that's what they're saying. It's like, it doesn't mean it's not your twin flame. Like, and like, you just know, right? And you don't falter from it. But what I've seen so many times over the years is people be crystal clear, feel like they've got like, they're adamant that this person, and they've publicly got it wrong. So you've got like, that is awful when that happens to people, but you've got to use your discernment. And that is, again, I know everybody says it, and the confusing thing is people that actually are confusing people even say that. So like, you've got to use your discernment. What can I say? Do you know what I mean? Like, just, it's frequency. It's like, there'll be some people that you like because you like the personality and you like their saying, and there'll be other people you just don't resonate with. They'll give you the ick, and that's fine if I give you the ick. Stop watching. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not offended. There'll be people that find me that do resonate with my frequency, but all I can say is the people that resonate with my frequency, people that book sessions, we all get on extremely well, and we're all, get extremely well, and it's instant soul family, and it's old souls, and we don't get any of this kind of, I never, and I mean never, attract people that are like, people, not never, what are they trying to say to me? I attract true twin flames. What happens occasionally, and I most of the time don't attract true twin flames that don't know who their twin flame is. So sometimes it is a twin flame that doesn't know who their twin flame is, but once they talk to me, I actually work out who it is. Like, they'll mention somebody from the past or whatever, and I'll feel into it. I won't tell them, but they'll have the epiphany realization themselves, because I'm carrying the key codes that help people realize who their true twin flame is. That's what happens. And don't ask me how. 1331, that's just what happens, right? I've never seen anyone else claim that happens to them, but that is what happens to me and my clients. But the epiphanies just drop, right? You'll see people saying it in their lives all the time, that it clicked when they spoke to me who their twin flame was, right? Now, that's what differs from other people. You'll see a lot of people complaining on a video or on a live or in the comments that you're attracting lots of karmic people. It just doesn't happen here. It just doesn't. Now, can some of the twin flames I attract, I don't know why, see what I mean? I'm not going to judge it. But like, this is meant to be for Libra in the 7th house, so it's going to have to be a bit longer. They wanted to bring this in, but it makes so much sense, because this is where the HIEROS GAMOS, the spiritual marriage, takes place. If that has taken place as a twin flame, I don't like the word shouldn't, but yeah, I can't say another thing. You shouldn't be like talking about like it's like that it could be somebody else or anyone. It's not. It is the person that you're in a spiritual a spiritual divine union with. You know what I mean? Whereas some people explain it like you could have a divine union with anyone, but I just think it's. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call it. I think it's a cop out. It is an absolute cop out, and it's when people are wavering in their faith and their intention, and you can't do that. Like, again, and that's coming from, like, again, long before sort of officially training in lots of different things that I do. I was a big fan of Wayne Dyer and intention, and even before finding him, actually, I just loved everything to do. I just really understood you have to have a crystal clear intention, and when you're going on a shamanic journey, you have to have a crystal clear intention for why you're going to the spirit world. You don't just fucking wander in there. And it's the same as a medium. And actually, this came up in conversation with someone today. It's a fashionable thing for mediums to be like, oh, you know, there's no evil in the spirit world. It's just a fashionable thing that, like, modern day mediums, especially younger ones, but really any age, people my age, they just regurgitate it because they've heard other well-known mediums say it. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I'm a medium. I'm a fucking good medium, great medium. I've had some of the world's best tell me that. Again, staying humble with it, but it's true. And my own beautiful lenters and healers and stuff like that have pinpointed my mediumship. Ones that aren't even, you know, ones that do it and ones that don't. They're just like, you know, channeled it through and stuff. But basically, I didn't need them to, like, I know because I know what I'm connected to, because it's like, you know, I'm a bridge between heaven and earth. But basically, I went really high with that message there. There is evil. I'm sorry, there is. There's evil in the real world. There's evil in the spirit world. And to say that as a medium is ignorant and I think unethical. And you've got some people tapping into demons, and I'm sorry, they're going there again. That's why I said on the Twinflame therapy for today, I saw that in 2020 when I was on, and it wasn't a famous medium, and she was really lovely too, and it's anonymous, so you don't know who this is. But yeah, I was on a, like, it was, you know, again, and that person might tune in. So again, it's a bit awkward I'm saying this because I know that I don't know how many of my things different people will tune into. But again, I'm just saying the truth, and it's nothing against. It was a really beautiful medium in person, amazing medium that actually gifted me that, right? And like I said, I really did have fun and I loved it. And it was like the women worked quite similar to myself. But the point being is, every single one of them had something, if you know what I'm saying, that was pushed in 2020 and beyond. And they were all just openly talking about, oh, I've just had my such and such, you know, oh, my arm and that. And I'm thinking, what in the fuck? And that's why I'm saying, like, those mediums weren't tapped in. So I don't know what the fuck they were tapped in, but it wasn't spirit. It was, you know, demons. Because anything that was saying to you to take that, that's demonic energy. It was an agenda. And, you know, I know people don't like that and it's triggering, but again, that's why I hashtagged a long time ago, or coined triggering but true. That's my energy. I'm sorry, that's what I came in with as Jonas Arc. I'm a Blu-ray twin flame as well. So, and there aren't, you know, not everyone is a Blu-ray twin flame. You would just know if you were, kind of thing. It's the codes, different codes and light codes and key codes and that you hold that come in. So, like, I can spot another one out there, like I can spot the real ones like a mile off, and I can also spot the fake ones, but I can also spot the true twin flames and the fake ones too. So I can do it in public, I can do it in, you know, I can do it in public as I'm viewing it, like, you know, like I have privately, I'm like, oh yeah, 1804 again, union codes, and I can do it on a session. If I listen long enough, they'll, you know, all the signs will come through, unless you've got a unique thing going on where you're meant to be in a bit of a conundrum for a while. But again, if you're meant to be in a conundrum, it's because you really don't know yourself very well. Again, triggering it, but it's true, you know, you need to spend time getting to know yourself, and I promise you, it won't be a big shocker who you're twin flame. It's not like that, you know, and you've, as a feminine, you know, and you've got to have a deep intent. Or there might be a few select people that you are guided to heal yourself, and you know. And then when you meet them, you just know. But that's more rare. And but again, I'm not going to be one of those people that I've said in the other videos, like, that's the one way. It's not that there's not going to be people that happens to, but not many that I've come into contact with. And like I said, I help twin flames all the time. So anyway, I wanted to read this. So, HIEROS GAMOS alchemy is a practice that combines an ancient ritual with modern alchemy. It uses perfume. Oh, wait a minute, that's more talking about the... No, wait a minute, so I was talking about others. Like, HIEROS GAMOS is a Greek phrase that means mystical marriage. That's basically it, you know. The seventh house is a mystical marriage to me. I like that better than whatever I said. Spiritual marriage. Sacred ceremony. And alchemy is considered the highest form of the union of opposites, such as king and queen or sol et luce. But you know what I mean? It's basically the yin and yang energy coming together. But basically, that's what I'm saying is, so riddle me this. Do you not think that's a bit concerning? When some people are like leaving it so open, like, oh, maybe it'll be my divine masculine, maybe it'll be someone else that comes of it. That doesn't make any sense. Literally doesn't make any sense. I feel that's when people aren't wanting to own that they're a bit worried that the person they know is their twin flame is not going to come back, and that's okay. It would be far more honest to admit that. In fact, that's the true surrender on the twin flame journey. It's like, oh, I know exactly who mine is, but I don't know if his physical energy is going to surrender to it. But I'm not even one of them, because I'm like, they are. They might not even consciously know that themselves, but it's they'll match your energy when they're ready. But it's just in your earthly time, it might not be to your liking, you know? That's a good way to put it. I like the way my guys just said. So like I said, I know I'm going to put loads of people off. Again, God forbid, if there's other people that help twin flames, like, depends how much you respect how long I've been doing this, and you know what I mean? Like, again, I've never come across, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that's true. In person or online, I have never come across anybody that has as much experience as me as twin flames. And I've even had that said to me by other shamans and mediums that do know what it is, but it's meant to be my thing. You know, it doesn't mean nobody else can help you with twin flames, but when it comes to most things you're going to struggle on that journey, it makes sense because there's only people that help, annoyingly. And like I said, when I say the only people, like, you know, they tested me a few times with last year, sending me people just in different synchronistic ways. Like in person, there was quite a few of them. Not well enough, a handful of people that and it's just it didn't feel right. That's what's funny. Like, I think they just wanted to show me like what it's like, and it just didn't. Like, you know, they liked what I'd done and everything. They liked the reading, but it's just it didn't, because it's not what I'm here for. So it's like now I could if I wanted to, but it's just like, why? When it's kind of like training up for like decades to become an expert in something, and then thinking, oh, I'm just going to go and do something completely different. Do you know what I mean? I like the way they said that. It's interesting. So it doesn't mean that if you're on my radar online or in person that I can't help you, but the twin flames are always going to come first, because that's what my work is. You know what I mean? So unless something changes, it might change. But yeah, anyway, so very interesting. Right? Okay, so like I said, this one's going to be a bit longer. So what have we got for? I want to actually use this deck. They're not all there, annoyingly, but this has got some cards in it that might make sense of what we're saying. So where's the feminine at in the spiritual union that I actually feel, right, for this? Because remember, it's the luck of the draw whether this makes sense to you, right? And you don't need, like I said, you don't need to be Libra anything, but you have got Libra in your chart and you've got a 7th house, and this just need to keep stressing that. I feel like I'm going to pick up on something that's like experiencing a lot of telepathy, like, but more like closer than like freaking you out kind of thing, because because that's what I've been experiencing like literally the last 2 nights. It's like, it's just hard to explain. That's why I'm documenting it. It's like, and that's what I've done the whole time, privately and sometimes publicly. But it's yeah, it's weird. It's really, and again, I've always felt mine like he's right next to me and all that. I mean, he's fucking he helps me channel the messages and that, which I think is hilarious. Like, do you know what I mean? Because his conscious self for a long time wasn't on board. So, still might not be. We've got to, you know, how do we know? No. Like I said, sometimes I do know, and I just do that to just, you know, it's if you know Hayoka shaman, like coyote medicine, that's, you know, it's part of I'm a Sag moon, so it is. I don't like the trickster kind of cruel trickster, which I would associate with the shadow of Gemini, but I am Sagittarius, which is the opposite of Gemini energy. I love Gemini energy too, by the way, but and I've got a lot of planets in Gemini, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's like I use a lot of humour in that, and my guides do it like but it's to, you know, it's to protect me, to protect people, whatever. Right, so also I'm very private. I know it is ironic, isn't it, with what I do, but like I said, it was meant to be that I'm meant to be doing this, and I always knew that. I had to work through a shitload of fear. They're really getting me to stress that you've no idea. Even if you watched me do it, like, you know, from the start on live, you've watched my journey online, you've still no idea. You've no idea how much fear I moved through to be sitting here. And I've no idea how much fear somebody moved through to be sitting there too. So it's why I don't judge. Like, I've had really interesting experiences that when I've been watching someone online, And it's like again, I'm keeping it honest, but I can remember one, it was last year, the year before, where it was like, someone had only been talking about this topic for like only a couple of years, and I'm like, oh, and then, but it was, they said one thing that was like, and it was just, it made me perceive things a little bit differently, right? And so that's what I mean, you don't know what somebody's done to get there, but the thing is that when we home it in on twin flames, is it does matter. Like if you, like, it matters to me, like if somebody had just literally just spiritually awakened right now and they set up a card reading business or something, they're going to do the thing that a lot of people do, and they're going to do this amazing reading, and this person's like I even saw one like this before I came on here, like this person's at breaking point, but that could be like 6 months from now. The energy could come through really urgent, but like that, what they're picking up on could be 6 months from now. And that's the thing that I notice, people that are new to the game, it feels like don't seem to get that, don't warn enough about that. But then it would just be like, oh, that's your discernment. So you know what I mean? Anyway, they just wanted me to, look what they're pulling me to. New moon eclipse, expect powerful change. So the new moon eclipse is on the 29th of March, the new moon in Aries. So expect powerful change if this resonates around then. So that's my guides are hilarious. But you see what I mean? They're just, I always call myself out as well when it, like, I think they're doing that to be funny. It's like, is that true for you? Who knows? It will be for some, it won't be for others. You know what I mean? That was really funny, because that's, with these cards, you could actually, but again, like, I remember someone using these cards for me once in a personal reading, like literally years ago now, and it was like, but even to be fair, that person did say something like, so it might happen around XYZ this moon, but I think it was more the energy of it, because it was, yeah, it was more the energy of it, which I would get because I'm, do astrology, but it's always interesting, let me know. So integration, multi-dimensional healing. So again, that's what I am. I'm a quantum healer. So again, I could just use loads of different, terms, but I'm a shaman, and it's multi-dimensional healing that I'm doing, frequency healing. And that's what I feel is going on here. There's a lot of healing. I feel the light beings are helping, the guides, the two people that are going to connect with us. So could you, let's home in, that's what's happening between the two of you. And like I said, I'm feeling a lot of shared telepathy. That's what they're going to pick up on for who we're tuning into. Where is the feminine at? Whether the feminine is a male or female. It's not me, guys. Holy Grail code. Receive the gift. Holy union. Holy sacred man. Mystical marriage. Spiritual union. Everything that I was fucking saying. So the thing is, if I shuffle and that comes out for the masculine, I won't be surprised, but I'll be like, I love it. But we'll just let go of that, right? So the feminine, but that also means the masculine's feelings are ready for the Holy Grail union. I've learned my karmic, I think I'm actually channeling masculine. I've learned my karmic lessons with the people that weren't you. I don't want that, I want you. That's what's coming through very strongly. So let's now see what comes through. But that was the masculine's feelings, and it's also the feminine, male or female, ready for union. And that's what I said, because it's not me. They just said it through me. Okay, I think they're just showing you, for people that don't get what that means when I say it's not me, I'm just being the mouthpiece. You might not, it's okay if you don't understand, but where's the masculine at? Releasing lower self came out earlier. You can do it. They're dropping the mask. Remember your identity. They remember who they are. They remember this connection. You can do it. Look at everything I can't. I love you, God. I love my guides. I love my power animals. I just feel, because it's like, it does get even annoying for me to have to keep explaining what I am. It gets quite frustrating. Like, but again, I'm not bothered, because my beautiful soul fam clients, I've had people that have been coming to me now for like the best part of 10 years. Some people I help once, I never see them again, but I wish them well. And it's not because we didn't get on, it's just because I helped them with what they were meant to be helping with, and they're getting on with what they're getting on with. And then some people, come back year after year, or sometimes they leave it 2 years, sometimes they leave it 3 years. I've had people leave it longer than that and they come back. So I mean, it's just, it'll pop into their awareness. Maybe And think about it, makes sense on the twin flame journey for people that have been on it as long as me. Either they're with someone else, and the reminder, me being in their life would remind them that they weren't with their twin flame. So, you know what I mean? Because that is the frequency that I hold. I'm going to remind them of their true twin flame. So they're not with their true twin flame. It is going to be triggering. But anyway, crystal clear vision. Bear in mind, these aren't my cards. I didn't make them. And it's got astrology on it too, which I always find weird. Unification, aligning with abundance. But it's the unification word. This union is coming together. So, wait a minute. Let's get Holy Grail. Oh, I even said, look, frequency healer, and I spoke about clearing energy blocks at the start. So, but like I said, staying humble because it's not me. Right. I like to practice what I preach. Right, Holy Grail Union. There we go. You've no idea how much I'm geeking out over that because this is the 7th house, which is that. So anyway, that's what's going on. Big stuff, guys. We might use them again, but we'll just see. So, oh, right, my nose is really itchy. The loved ones and spirit are really coming in. So, what have we got? What have we got for... Oh yeah, the questions. How does... Just tell me, where's the feminine at? The divine feminine, male or female, where they at? All the people that resonate with this. Step up and lead, new moon in Capricorn. So I feel you're being the leader of your own life. You're being a boss bitch, you're being a boss daddy, you're being a boss whatever you want to call it. You're stepping up, setting boundaries where you need to, not letting anyone boss you around. Good for you. The masculine and the feminine's masculine side. Clear your mind. Last quarter moon in Gemini, I kind of pulled it out reverse, kind of sideways. So I feel the masculine right now. And by the way, my nose is so itchy. So there's so many guides around this masculine. Oh, and it's going to, it's 32 minutes, but when it reaches 33 minutes, it's like this masculine's needing either some are needing like clearing energy or deliverance, or that's what they've just went through. Like, and again, either with a healer, like that's what I do for people, or through source, like God has done it, like what I said in a video earlier, that like a medium had told me years ago that it's not that there's nobody that can help me when I've got something I need healing with, but I can go straight to source and they can heal me. But I think it's balanced, and it's just fun too for me to go to other healers as well. But I know what they mean, If you've got that connection with God and source, you can do that. But it's like you can't take the knife out your own back kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You do need to go to other... It's kind of like astrology too. Like, if you can read your own chart, that's great. But it's a lot more fun getting somebody else to do it and see what they say about it. You know what I mean? It's all... yeah. Especially, I'm going to toot my own horn there, but that goes for anyone because nobody reads astrology the same. If you've had like a textbook astrologer read your chart, you need to book My Psychic Astrology Empowerment because it's a huge big energy clearing. It weaves in mediumship if they want to and you're open. Light beings, like everything that I do comes into it, and it's like somebody, a beautiful woman that I done that for years and years ago. It's one of my favourite reviews. She says, Claire reaches into your soul and like to the depths of your being. And she said like she felt more her than she'd ever felt in her life. And then also that woman, I don't know if she's still doing it. If you're watching women, I would love to know. But she went from, that's one of the people I'm proud of everyone, but that woman went from being, I don't know if she'd describe herself as shy, but she had a blocked throat chakra, but she had loads of different creative interests. And like she was a masculine, she was a female, but she was a masculine. But basically, long story short, I saw that she wanted to write poetry, so I saw that in her chart, and she was dabbling a bit about that. Again, I haven't spoken to this woman in years, but but she also had quite an interest in like quite a unique sort of interesting topic, which was it's true crime actually. Again, I've said this before, it's not my cup of tea because I'm quite a scaredy cat, but like every now and again I might get led to watch like something on telly or whatever, but then I have trouble sleeping. But the point, when they guide me to watch something, that's usually to do psychopomp, you know what I mean? Or like to basically make sure the spirit crosses over. So I have watched some like really eerie crime documentaries and that, and I really hope someone hasn't got like a Carmen Diaz kind of stalker or something, because that's what, every time that's kind of the images anyway, we'll need to put that aside. This masculine I'm picking up on, or that group of masculines, could have had quite dark experiences with like toxic Jezebels, because that's all the things I'm trying to push that aside, because it was a lovely energy and now it's a bit dark. But anyway, that woman, yeah, she was doing a YouTube channel, so I don't know, like I don't know if she's still doing that, because again, it's like, but I just remember that was the last, and she was just kind of like, you know, she attributes getting started with all of that down to what she done with me. So I mean, obviously she's doing it, so it wasn't me that done it, but it was like I helped her basically get on a roll with what she's meant to do. So yeah, I would really love to know. I would love to know, but she won't. That's what I mean. I just kind of don't think she'll be watching these. But it was amazing, absolutely amazing, because she said herself, like, she just had a blocked throat chakra, and as soon as we like cleared that, she was writing the poetry and she was filming videos, like she was doing a bit. Like, that's what's hilarious. Like, she knew I was meant to be on here and I had the channel, but I was never posting. I certainly wasn't talking about twin flames. If I was talking about twin flames, it was because I'd pulled a card that had twin flame in it. But at that point, I purposely either didn't have those decks or I didn't use them. Like, I used them in client sessions. So that's what I mean. But that woman once, I'll never forget, she said to me, you know, you've helped me so much that I can't even really thank you properly. And just get out and do your thing, Claire. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel you need that push. And so, women, if you are watching, I'll never forget you said that to me. I actually, like, I screenshotted at the time and I found it in my phone not long ago, an old phone. And I found it right when I needed it to. So anyway, true story. So again, if anyone's resonating with what I said, it's true. Right, itchy ear, is someone not listening? Don't usually. I've done that the other day as well. Right, so let's put that down. So how does the feminine feel about intimacy? So we've already been told that there is a spiritual marriage that is taking place for some, or has taken place. Again, personally speaking, like, that happened on my journey like so long ago, I can't even fucking remember. But it's kind of like, it doesn't mean, that's why I keep saying, it doesn't mean, oh, then something happens in the physical like shortly after. Far from it. So I have to stress that as well. Maybe it does for some people, but that's not, you know. But then I believe there's like a true, you know, whatever it was that I experienced, it, you know, it happens in a deeper way before something like that. So anyway, whatever, right? So feminine, how do you feel about intimacy? Romance. Romantic surprise, or on the surprise, be open to them. You're open to them. If you resonate with this, you're open, you've surrendered, you're being honest, which is important, that you're in touch with your shadow, you're not rejecting the masculine, you're not like, you know, if that guy that I think is my divine masculine, or that I know is my divine masculine, wants to pop, then great, but if not, I'm just going to, you know, move on to soulmate avenue, or, you know, soulmate lane, or higher level soulmate road. Do you know what I mean? All these different words. No, it's like, I'm surrendered, I'm doing my thing, I know who my divine masculine is, and I have faith that when they're ready, they will match my energy. But bear in mind, that can involve a huge amount of towers in their life. So that's why you pray for them, that you just let them get on with it, right? That's not abandoning, desert someone. That's actually respecting their boundaries and what they've chose. Until the next collision. The vow. Just let the colliding particles land where they may, and wait for the next collision. I'm just laughing because Lexi said on a live, God, that was really profound when I said it on a live, and I was like, Lexi, it's not mine, it's from the vow. Because I thought that would have been quite funny if I'd allowed her to believe that was mine. But see, they might be saying something here about copycats or impersonators or something, because I was like, Lexi, that would be plagiarism. I'm quoting the film and it's not mine. It's from the vow. So I keep saying the vow a lot, so that might be important. There is oh, wait a minute. I'll pull the masculine card first. If I pull the vow out of that deck, that'll be hilarious. So how does the masculine feel about intimacy? Moment of truth, because there's a lot of shady cards in here. And if a shady one comes out, I'll go more along picking up on the energy of somebody that's in deliverance. And if one about more romantic comes out, I'll go with that. So sliding doors moment. Just as we always have choices in life, do I repeat the karmic cycle with the karmic person, or do I choose the true twin flame? But you just might not even fucking know that you're doing that. You're just like, oh, this is who I'm meant to go to, and then you find out after, oh shit, that wasn't where I was meant to go. That's kind of how the masculine's journey goes, from helping thousands of people on that journey. If you've had a different experience, that's your experience, and it's valid, as the masculine or about your masculine. They're not wanting to tell us, so maybe there is a surprise you're not meant to know about. Let's see. Apology. Yeah. Except, I did pull it out funny again, so I think that's the sliding door. Some could still not be ready to come forward in a bit of denial, and they could be in other things. But I think the majority of what I'm picking up on for this is apology. Never underestimate the power of a heartfelt apology. And long distance, love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. So for those of you that are resonating with this, and you know that your person's with someone else, or you strongly feel it, it doesn't matter that you're in physical separation. They always feel you. For those of you that there's no other people in the mix anymore, is what I'll say, because a lot of the time there is. This person could be travelling towards you. There's a train on there. They don't need to be on a train either, by the way. It could be in a car or anything like that. But they are healing from toxicity. And I said, the word toxic, again, it's not me, it's them saying it. Toxic relationships can drain your energy and self-worth. Be aware. So extremely important to be aware of that. And all of this pile up of Pisces. I know that even my dad said that today, like, oh, are you excited about the planetary alignment or something? And I was like, yeah, no, I am. I said, yeah, energy-wise, but like astronomy-wise and stuff, with that actual seeing the planets, not so much. That's what people find a bit weird. Like, I've never actually been that bothered about that part of it. Like, I've got a constellations deck. It is beautiful, but I don't use it too often unless they guide me to, because it's not like, I'm not as about that. I'm more about picking up on the energy of it and the astrology. Like, astrology to me is different from astrology, but I do respect it. But there's a good example of what I said. That's not my expertise. Like, I couldn't sit and tell you all the science behind, a lot of these, but channel about the energy of astrology, yeah, absolutely, all day, like, until you're bored. But you won't be bored because of the way that I do it. Like, I've had people not get this that then fucking love it because of the way I've described it. But yeah, this masculine's healing from something toxic. So, but remember, I did say they needed deliverance. So again, remember, I was going to say you more than likely, I don't know who I'm speaking to, but you could be this masculine I'm talking about, because I attract a load of masculine men and women. Or it's about your masculine, or it's not yours, it's not everyone's. God, this is a really long one, but I'll go with it. So I'm just wanting to see if the vow jumps out. But let's use one of the questions, actually. How I'm ready to grow in emotional intimacy with a partner. if the vow comes out, that's like mega wow. Again, let go. How's the feminine ready to grow in emotional intimacy? Oh, look, I can never pronounce this. Agape love. That's, again, and there's, the mother is often, when I pick up on things to do with actual mothers, or in this case, I feel this is like the pure divine feminine energy. This is like a divine, healed enough, we'll say, divine feminine energy, pulling in union. And then I opened the book up at their intentions. Look how much I went on about intention. Right, so let's just, because I know it will be beautiful. See, that I'm still channeling the message here. All of this is channeling it, because I'm basically a channel that's never off. And that's, that's an important thing to say too. That's a cool thing for some mediums or whatever people to say as well, is that, and I've had so much jealousy of that over the years. I'm over it. Like, it is, because it is jealousy. Like, I'm not like a constant channel 24/7 through choice. Like, just put it, it's like I just am. Like, I'm a bridge between heaven and earth, and I can't turn it off, and I wouldn't want to, but I can only turn the volume down. And so that's not like even other people that are channelers. Like, they'll talk about, now I'm channeling that, or now I'm not. That's not like me. I'm always channeling, literally always channeling. And people in my personal life know that too. They know I'm always channeling. It's not like every day I'm channeling. Do you know what I mean? It's annoying. Every day I'm shuffling, every day I'm channeling. It's like so. Just getting that across too. I'm just a constant, pure channel, a clear channel. Clear means clear. So, right. Wait a minute. 254. There must be a lot of new people listening to me or something for me to be explaining what I do, because most of the people have been watching me for years. I suppose it's people that can find it in the future, but with the way I'm feeling, if you watched Virgo, like that's what I mean. I just go with it. The one in Virgo. Oh shit! I've just lost the page number again. Yeah, it's like I was channeling the victim mode, but I just allowed myself to be in it. I was just basically saying the truth, that I don't allow it to annoy me as what a lot of other people would, but I'm in the Pisces energy of it. Pisces new moon, it is victim mode, and it's double victim mode because the sun and the moon are there, and there's a whole pile up of planets. So it makes a lot of sense that it's annoying me. But I'll be over it by Aries moon, so it's fine. Just give me a couple of days. But it's kind of like, when I was channeling it, I was just basically saying it, and then I realised it's because my sun sits in the sixth house, right? And it's like basically I work every day. I work very hard every day and doing what I love to help a lot of people. And my videos get next to no views, or so they say, because I know that they do that to other people that I watch, but they definitely do it to me because the overall views fly. If you look at the main channel, and then the actual videos sit at like really low views. Some of my shorts get quite a lot, but it's kind of like, but there is a bit of, I stay balanced with it because it could be other things. It could be because I copy and paste the same hashtags or things. Sometimes I change it up, but that information's always changing. But I more think it's protection. Like I know my guides and God know that I get very easily overwhelmed, and they know when I'll be ready for more people to be listening to the message. But so it's a combination of things, but be careful what you wish for, because again, it's like more and more I am feeling the frustration that I'm like, no, I'm out here, I'm putting all that hard work in, I'm channeling the message a week, 2 weeks, sometimes months before some of these people, and then their videos are getting tons of views and people listening, and you know what I mean, and like and I'm cheering people on privately as well, like privately, because some people come to me for healing or help me, or silently. I'm not like envious or jealous of that, but sometimes I'm kind of a bit confused because I'm like, that's great for that person, but I've been doing this a very long time, helped a lot of people, and even inspired other people, and it's like, you know, why am I doing this? But it's because for the little people that do listen to me that book with me, there is a reason. But anyway, but let's see. Devotion, unconditional love. Yeah, again, I don't need to read anymore. That's where the feminine's at. You're very devoted, got unconditional love, and you're just open. You're open to surprises, but specifically, your heart lies with your divine masculine. The divine masculine, the kiss, leapt out. But there's distractions because something came down like a notification, and it's distracting. So there is distractions, karmic distractions trying to stop this masculine for going in for a kiss. This kiss, unstoppable. This kiss. That's from that's from. God, there's a lot of dark energy in this. This must be like a lot of oh, that annoys me, but I did hear it, high level union. Because it reminds me of high level soulmate. But it's like it's all unions are important, but you must have like quite an important call-in mission or something, because I'm seeing the scene where it's like the ex-boyfriend, he like kidnaps her, doesn't he? Like he's abusive basically. What in the practical magic? There we go. I'm like, why the fuck can't I remember what it's called? So I loved that when I was younger. And actually, I've not said this for a long time, but the scene in that where she, as a little girl, wishes for her ideal romantic partner, the night I met my twin flame, like when I was a teenager, I remember, in a club, and awkwardly I had just split up from my karmic boyfriend, but that's how I remember feeling like that. I remember feeling like in that scene in that film, like, oh my god, that's exactly what I wished for. Like, he's exactly what I would want looks wise, and that was really all because like I hadn't heard him speak yet, but it was like because I saw him from across the club and I was like, oh well, he's hot. And then that's what was funny was my best friend at the time was like, I was like, oh, he's looking at you, and she's like, he's no fucking looking at me, he's been looking at you, you know what I mean, he's coming over here to talk to you. And then he did walk over and talk to me. So but that is, I think they're wanting me to say that because that is how you feel about your twin flame. Like God handpicked them for you, you know, and that's why I say that's like kingdom spouse. It's the same fucking thing. As far as I'm concerned, but I've always, again, I pray to break off the demons in my union and other people's, and that's kingdom spouse, you know what I mean? So, and that's why I keep bringing it back to be careful, be discerning of what you're believing and what you're hearing other people say. So even if, you know, even if I'm open to, even if you are somebody that has been saying that, I hope this just maybe makes you think a little bit about that it's like, if you do align, definitely if you do align with the kingdom spouse thing, which to me, like keep saying it, it's the same thing. You have to know who you're praying for to break that energy, you know, like you have to have clear intent. Right, okay, so the masculine is ready to grow in emotional intimacy with a sacred kiss. But just bear in mind that in practical magic, there was that's what's horrible about it. There was a curse because her first husband dies because there was a curse. And then it's the second guy that she meets that she, you know, and it's the police. But anyway, you need to watch it. It's beautiful. I haven't watched it for years, actually. It's kind of creepy bits too. But again, there is things to do with spells and curses and stuff. So unfortunately, if the spider web comes out, a spell was cast or put on this masculine, which can be in that way that people do that. Be open-minded. It's like what I said about some mediums that say, oh, there's no evil in the world. And that's bullshit. There is. There's evil in with physical people, and there's evil in the spirit world. Don't be ignorant to that. But also, it's manipulation, you know, and lies and confusion and all that. It's the same thing. I just think confusion. Maybe like dancing because I said confusion. Right. I'm like, maybe there's something significant about dancing, like, you know what I mean? Whatever that would, yeah, there must be. So, right, let's see. How else is the masculine ready to grow in emotional maturity as well as with this kiss? Oh, it's that one, I can never remember what it means. Oh, it's peeking out, look. You either get the way that my guides talk through me in riddles and God and let's say because it's loved ones and spirits, what I always say is it's bits and bobs of everything, but not demons. You know what I mean? And it's like I saw that meme yesterday. It was like when someone says, oh, I'm spiritual, and it says be more specific, demons are spiritual too. So that's why I always say not demons, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's the angels, and you'll notice that's why I don't home in on like, oh, I'm channeling Archangel Michael, or I'm channeling, like sometimes I'll say, oh, I'm really feeling Mother Mary energy, I'm really feeling Archangel Michael, or I'm really feeling, but I don't, you know, it's not too often I don't home in on that because I just don't feel the need to. Like most people that tune in to me have been following me for years, and if you get it, you get it. But look, they did say through me the black magic and the spider. That's what I meant by the spider web. So there was black magic, major black magic, spiritual warfare done to stop this sacred kiss. But now this masculine feels like it's only your love. It's only your agape or agape. Go and somebody, see what I mean? I'm being humble there. Somebody needs to fucking tell me how I pronounce that. Agape, whatever. They feel starved of your love. They're out in the desert here, like, throw me water. Right, gnosis, right? I think it's all that is. If you can hear my stomach rumbling, sorry about that. Because it is. But I've just eaten a big, massive bowl of pasta, but it's, I don't know if I can't really make up my mind whether I like it. So when I'm saying that, maybe that's this masculine was like, couldn't really work out why you triggered them so much at one point. Contemplating the mystery, oh my god, see what I mean? Unanswered questions, yeah, it is that. Over intellectualizing and internalizing, asking others, yeah, fuck's sake, there we go. How funny is that? That I purposely didn't. They made me not remember what the card means because I can never fucking remember what it means. But it was part of the message. This masculine kept asking everyone else, "Why does this person like make me feel like this, so uncomfortable?" And then everyone else with the black magic will be like, "Oh, it's because they're not the right person." But you know what I mean? That's why. Don't ask people about the twin flame journey that aren't on the fucking twin flame journey. Don't even ask another medium about the twin flame journey if they're not on the twin flame journey. I've had shit hot mediums put me off the path. It's not their fault. It's just part of the fucking, you know what I mean? Mystery of, is to see whether you're strong enough to, you know, oh, that person said that it's not my twin flame. It mustn't be. No. Anyway. How I'm ready to grow in physical intimacy with a partner. So the feminine's ready to grow in physical intimacy because they're not about hollow, empty, shallow, boring relationships or broken ones, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Basically, they're telling you this feminine's had all of that on his or her path, on your path or their path, whoever's the feminine. Look, lusting. It's not about lust-based, forbidden, non-committal sexual energy. This feminine's like, there was in reverse. It's like sacred sex all the way, spiritual marriage, better off, happiness, cleared headspace, being away from that. So that's what that's very clear that what it is to me. What came through there is like the feminine's like, nah, no way. So that means the masculine's feminine side as well. By the time they get to this, and the masculine physical intimacy. Mistakes, misunderstood, victim loss. So that I'm feeling a lot of sadness with this because you think about the toxicity, the oh god, and I'm feeling it in my crown, the toxicity, and whatever else, you know, it's like this masculine from a place of being a lost soul or disassociated or fragmented, you know, like what I said about the soul retrieval. They kept picking wrong ends basically, but to learn lessons, but like was very hurt. So I'm sorry if that was you, and like I said, you'd really benefit from a session, whether you're male or female. And sadly, I'm being shown a lot of people I've worked with where it wasn't actually until they had a session with me that they realised how broken they were, which, I mean, that's kind of shit, isn't it? But it's kind of like those people now are like following their calling and doing amazing, but it's that kind of, you do have to break down before you break through. It's kind of why a lot of people don't like to go for hypnotherapy, because I feel a lot of people are scared of what they're going to say. You know, because I'm just telling you, if that's you, you do have to be careful who you go to for hypnotherapy, because when somebody's under hypnotherapy with me, which again, because of the way I can tap into the subconscious mind, it's where my Pluto is in the 12th house at the 0 degree. It's like really piercing, especially because we talk for ages. So basically, people feel like they're in a trance. Even I've done sessions where people don't close their eyes and they feel like that. But can you imagine when it is actually a hypnosis session? People tell me their deepest, darkest traumas that they wouldn't with their eyes open. And so it's really, it's very, can't really think of a word. It's humbling and it's honouring, and it's very sad. I'm never going to say it. It does still make me sad in the moment. I've cried. Like the last one I done in person, because that's the other thing about me, that I literally never ever see anyone on YouTube saying this. I'm a hermit. I barely leave the house. People know that, unless I'm going for a walk, or occasionally I might have some kind of social thing that I'm going to, like a birthday or something like that, and but yeah, it wouldn't be like big, parties and stuff like that. Like very rare. But anyway, the point is, but I'll still bump into twin flames in the physical, or someone from years ago. So it was a situation like that, and that was very deep and moving. But again, after a few weeks, person got in touch. Like, there are a lot of stuff had been going on in that person's life, but they were like completely and utterly feel the shift, and and it was amazing. I can't even remember the rest, but she was just like, it was amazing. So I can feel it all at my head. Again, I'm laughing because she might actually tune in. I don't know, but and then the same, like one of the last ones where it was a deep hypnosis, and somebody told me a trauma yeah, I was crying with that too. But then we cleared it. And then, yeah, people can't, a lot of the time people don't actually remember what they just said. So I'm not about to fucking remind them because it's not wise to. But yeah, but the issues that person had previous to us clearing that, or they now don't have them. Doesn't mean you're not going to have to deal with shitty things in life, but they don't have the problems they had before. So that's important to know. Right, what else does the masculine want to tell us about physical intimacy? Time, waiting cycles, moments. I feel this is talking about they've needed time, or they still need time to heal from the past. But some of them don't. They're coming in for a conversation, but even the ones that are healing, they're coming in for a divinely timed conversation when they're ready. I want to call you and hear your voice. They want to be close to you. And they're either putting a finality to a situation now, but remember, now can be, like I said, 6 months, 2 years, whatever, whenever now is divine timing, or they've already done that. Farewells leave behind closure. And they're not broken, yeah. So that's one of the ones that's healed. I feel shattered about the situation, but I feel they were in the past and now they've worked through enough of that to come in to talk. What I need from a partner, potential for our intimacy to grow. So this is what the masculine needs from the feminine. Don't usually do it like that, but that's what they've just told. So this, if you're the feminine, this is what the masculine needs to hear from you. That makes sense. I can't wait to be alone with you. So they want to know that you still want them. I feel this masculine collective feel like they've put you off, like you wouldn't be attracted to them anymore because everything that they've done. So they need to hear things like that you still want them, that you desire them, and all that jazz. Everything I've just spoke about. Wow, you need soul retrieval. You've lost power from energy attacks. Fits with everything I've said. Been through something toxic. You need soul retrieval, masculine. I wish you could see yourself as I see you, and that's the feminine saying, I don't want to start singing I Can See Clearly Now, but the feminine can clearly see that the masculine, well, if you saw this person physically, you can clearly see it, or you can feel it through your shared telepathy, heart space kind of thing, and even stronger than ever because of that's what's going on. Right, okay, so this is what the masculine wants to say to the feminine. I'm scared you'll reject me. Again, it fits with everything I've said. They will never compare to you. So again, for some people that resonate with this, where somebody is still with someone else or whoever they've been in the past, you saw what it said, that it doesn't compare to the connection they've got with you, and that's why they're in that now, or why they were in something in the past. They were sabotaging it. I sabotaged their connection because it was too intense. Therefore, I picked something that was less intense. But now I'm changing. I love the way it's coming out. I don't want to be with anyone else, so I'm releasing myself from karmic ties. So that answers your question. If people are still with someone now, eventually that will happen. For some of you, it's already happened, or it's happening now, so whenever now is, you're worth more than a let on. And it's because they can't hide that. You mean a lot to this divine masculine collective because it can be more than one person, and they can't hide it when it gets to this point, and that's why they're coming. That's exciting, especially because I'm about to go into Scorpio. If you know, you know. Sexual union. I'm sorry for everything I said and did, and I promise I'll make it right between us. I'm coming back home. Oh yeah, it's home. I was like, is that Michael Bublé? Is it home? But again, it's like sometimes I get mixed up. But anyway, so yeah, someone's coming back, but they're anxious and excited, but they ran because they weren't ready. So they ran because they weren't ready. Oh, that's a huge collective theme right now, because I channeled that yesterday or the day before, and then, like I said, I saw loads of thumbnails that were exactly the same. Again, like what I've been moaning about after I said it. But again, I most of the time find it amazing. I'm like, oh my god, that channel's got like hundreds of thousands, or like tens of thousands, or whatever. And but again, I've got to say, like, some of these people, like, they might have that much now, but I can think of at least, quite a few, like about 5 people or something, that I actually found them like at less than 1,000 or a few hundred, or like, you know, and some of them are like, so I mean, that's what I mean. I've quietly cheered people on and stuff like that, but I've also dropped off from some people, you know, like nothing personal, but what I need from a partner, potential. It's just like I said, like different things will make me stop watching. A time factor. But I'm, again, like I said before, I'm not going to be one of them people that's like, oh yeah, I channel the messages for people, but it's got absolutely nothing to do with me, and it's absolutely. I'm not somebody that ever watches other YouTube videos. I just no, I do watch other videos, but it's just yeah, for different reasons. Like I said, it's like I watch some Twinflame stuff, but a lot of time I just get bored because it's like I just get bored. Like that's because I'm in that place to surrender. But I'm not going to say, oh, I never watch. Of course I do, because sometimes I want to see if people are picking up the same thing as me. It's just interesting, but loads of different reasons. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So sincere, yeah. This someone close to you is sincere, so they are sincere. But that's the feminine. The feminine needs sincerity and genuine energy. The masculine, curious. Learn to be curious about each other. The magnets are being pulled together to heal and be happy on the next part of the journey. Wait a minute, what did that say? Choices. Pause before you choose. They've taken a lot of time to make this important choice in the separation. But now the next part of healing is to be happy with each other. And I'm going to leave that there. That is a beautiful, much longer reading for Libra 7th house, but makes sense why. I'm excited to do Scorpio now. See you later.